Let's go ahead and give this view a name. We'll call it Tour Calendar. Note that a machine name is being created that we can edit, but we'll go ahead and leave it as Tour Calendar. We can add a description as well by clicking the description checkbox, but let's go ahead and leave that empty. Our first options display here. And if we simply read this from left to right, we have a pretty good idea of what it's asking. It says show content of type all tagged with blank, sorted by, and then a list of sorting options. And let's look at the options available to us. Show, and let's check out the select box here. We can show a variety of different data, including files, content, taxonomy, we'll get to taxonomy later, users, modules, web form submissions. So we have a lot of options in terms of displaying data. Right now we're focusing on the tour content type, so we want to pull in tours, which are content. Here we can specify what type of content. We can select from all of the different content types that we have. Let's go ahead and select tour. By selecting this, we've narrowed down our options. We no longer have the tagged with option, and we're left with the sorted by option. And we'll go ahead and select newest first. In the mockups, it told us that we needed to be sorting by date in ascending order, but we don't have that option yet, so we'll have to wait to the next step in order to modify this. I'm going to scroll down a bit. We have the option to create a page, and this makes sense. If you look down here, we also have the option to create a block. And we haven't really talked about blocks yet, but if you were to choose between these two, it would make sense to choose create a page, so we'll keep that checked. We can set the page title. Let's go ahead and reference the mockup to see what the title actually is. It says Tour Calendar. If we jump back here, we have set the correct title. Right here. If you remember when we created the home page, we set a link to the calendar in that content, and we set the path to be calendar. So in order to make sure that works, and it's also a good choice, we'll go ahead and set it to calendar. In display format, let's take a look at our options. Again, we can read this from left to right to get a sense of what we're adjusting here. It says display format is an unformatted list of teasers with links, allow users to add comments, etc., without comments. Okay, let's go ahead and see what our options are under here. So we can select from grid, HTML list, jump menu, table, and unformatted list. Let's go ahead and select table, since our calendar is a table type view. This also simplifies our options. We have no other options to select at this point. Under items per page, I believe that we would want to display all of the upcoming tours since there's going to be a finite amount. So let's go ahead and set this for a rather large number, just 4 nines. We can click this to create a menu link. Let's check it. We get some additional options. Let's go ahead and set this for our main menu. Now we have an item in our main menu at the top of our page that says calendar. So let's go ahead and make the link text calendar. We don't have an option to set weight here, so we'll need to adjust that later. We have the option to include an RSS feed. You may not be sure what that means at this point, no problem. We're going to go ahead and leave that unchecked and tackle RSS feeds in a later video. And let's go ahead and click Continue and Edit.